Why are you always explaining yourself? Why do you feel the need to defend your silence, your growth, your choices? To people who don't understand you and never will? Here's the harsh truth. The more you explain yourself, the weaker you look. And the Stoics? They understood this long before the world got loud. Marcus Aurelius led an empire in silence. Epictetus was born a slave and never begged to be understood. Seneca wrote in storms, not for approval, but for truth. In this video, we're diving deep into why the Stoic man refuses to explain himself, and how this simple choice becomes a quiet form of power. Stay to the end, and you'll learn how to stop justifying your life and start living it on your terms. 1. Explanation is often a mask for insecurity. Let's be honest. When we rush to explain ourselves, it's rarely about clarity. It's about fear. Fear of being misunderstood, rejected, or judged. But the Stoic man doesn't fear judgment. Why? Because he's not trying to win approval. He's trying to live in truth. Epictetus once said, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." Asterisk. Explaining yourself too often means you're handing over your power. You're saying, "Please see me, please validate me." True confidence requires no defense. Now that we've seen how insecurity hides behind words, let's move to what happens when you choose silence instead. 2. Silence is strength in disguise. In today's world, silence is misunderstood. People assume that if you don't speak up, you're weak. But the Stoics knew better. Silence isn't absence. It's presence under control. It means you've mastered the urge to over-explain, to correct every wrong impression. Marcus Aurelius ruled millions, and yet he wrote mostly to himself. He wasn't interested in shouting his truth. He focused on living it. When you choose silence, people start to listen differently. Not because you said more, but because you said less. Let's explore why you don't owe anyone a justification, not even those closest to you. 3. You owe no one an explanation for your growth. You're not who you used to be, and that threatens people. So they ask, "Why have you changed?" And they demand, "Explain yourself." But you don't owe them that, because growth is personal, it's spiritual, and not everyone is meant to understand your evolution. Seneca wrote, "Let others monitor how you act. You monitor how you live." Asterisk, your transformation doesn't need approval. It needs discipline, silence, and time. When you stop explaining your growth, you start embodying it. Now let's talk about something even deeper, how explanation actually weakens your dignity. 4. Explanation often diminishes your dignity. Think about this. The more you explain, the more you invite doubt. Even when you're right, over-justifying makes you look unsure. The Stoic man knows that characters should speak louder than arguments. He lives in alignment with principle, not persuasion. A lion doesn't explain its roar. It just roars. Let your actions speak. Let your energy speak. Let your boundaries speak without you begging to be respected. Dignity is quiet. It stands tall without having to explain why it's standing. So what should guide you, if not approval? Let's wrap up with what Stoics truly seek. 5th, live for virtue, not for validation. When you live to be understood, you become a prisoner. But when you live by virtue, courage, wisdom, discipline, you become free. The Stoics taught that what others think is none of your concern. What matters is how you think, how you act, and how you endure. You're not here to be liked. You're here to become something solid, something the world cannot shake. And when you walk that path quietly, people won't need explanations. They'll feel your presence, they'll respect your boundaries, and most importantly, you'll respect yourself. You don't need to explain your silence. You don't need to explain your distance. You don't even need to explain your peace, because the man who knows himself doesn't chase understanding from those who never tried to understand him. The Stoics taught us this truth. Let your life be your explanation. Let your discipline be your argument. Let your growth be your response. You'll find freedom not when everyone agrees with you, but when you no longer care if they do. So the next time someone says, "Why are you so different now?" just smile and keep walking. If this message spoke to you, don't let it end here. Like this video to affirm your path. Subscribe to join a community of modern Stoics, and share this with someone who needs to stop explaining and start owning their power. Live quietly, walk boldly, and let your strength speak for itself.